Good afternoon, sir. First of all, I would like to welcome you on behalf of the whole department and college. I'm Saidi Khane and I'm a student from this college, BE Computer Engineering. So, I would like to ask you a few questions. So, I would ask you first, let's start with how do you feel like after so many days you're back in this college, so how do you feel about it?
It's like a memories. Been like we always talk with my colleagues, college. Hey, we did this, we did that. So it's like a refreshing of those memories after a long time. It's been like almost 20 years. So it is like feels like I should again do my admission here again. So yeah, I'm excited about this.
That's great to hear from you. So how was your journey? Where did you begin? And after you passed out, like, how did you go on with it?
Sure. So like I graduated in 2005. So when I came here on my first year, it was a little tough for me because I was born and brought up in Gujarat. I studied until 12th in Gujarati medium. So it's not like in Maharashtra 11th, 12th will be in English, right? So in Gujarat, the Gujarati State Board had 11th, 12th also in Gujarati. So the first year was terrible for me. I couldn't understand what's going on. The teachers are just saying something, and I had to start from basic dictionary. So I had to buy the first thing I had to buy was a dictionary. I knew basic English, but I couldn't understand some technical words. So and plus all the seniors, like, they told me that there is not a single person who came from Gujarati medium have passed first year. So they literally scared me, and I met a couple of people. They didn't even clear first year for next 2-3 years. They couldn't clear the first year, FE we call it, first year of engineering. So I started with the dictionary. I was a little terrified. I had to clean it. So I studied whole night. Like I used to live here in the hostel. 8 or 9 we had to have dinner, and then after I used to sleep. Wake up at 12 o'clock, 12 to 6 in the morning. Whole night I used to study with dictionary on one hand and the book on the other hand. So it was a terrible study, and I did clear those first year. So everybody was like, who's this person they wanted to see. So it was fun in that. And with Ashok, we were like colleagues. One of the really interesting things I like that I would like is, maybe I'll talk to principal as well. They should continue. We both were like coming from financially weak background, and college had a program called Earn and Learn. So you volunteer something and you get some financial benefit. So we were the only two were selected, and we used to work a little extra hours in labs and help the teachers, and that helped us a lot. So that gave some little bit stability in that sense. And then we joined both together at Nasik ESKS Software Solution. So I worked there for 2.5 years. Then I joined TCS, and I worked for TCS. I went to US, and right now I'm working at CVS Health. Been in US for like 15 years now. So it's been an interesting journey.
So sir, what about your journey? How has it been?
Yes, my journey is also definitely too much interesting as well. As Jayesh rightly said about it, basically I am a farmer student, farmer sons. So I always introduce myself as a farmer sons, because the villages I came from, that place where the education is completely no place of it as well. Really thanks to the PREC Loni and whole the management, the way they have implemented all this infrastructure here, and give us like farmers sons chance to be educated here and to be somewhere to stand somewhere in this journey. Because otherwise there is no option for such a peoples where education is completely the other way for them. So I definitely joined, taken that. So I'm the first IT graduate. IT was started in 2005. So we are the first to intervention in IT. Then we had almost 23 people, students were there. It was a really interesting batch. Almost everyone is places in a very good places. And after that, completing my graduations, like we both again started together in ESD Software Solution Limited Nasik, where we worked together for the international support and operations. After the 2 years time, she went to the USA, then I started still working in the same ESD companies. Currently, I am being a assistant chief technical officer and head of the cloud services. So we have the data centers almost in 5 different locations, including in Maharashtra we have in Nasik and Mumbai. Bangalore we have one, Mahajan another one. So we have the 5 data centers. We are the one of the cloud service provider, and we are taking care of all the cloud services and data centers. So most of the governments, the banking and all those things are hosted with us as well. So I look after all the data center operation and cloud operations all together. And why the PREC Loni and this engineering college is, I would say, the great for me, because like if there is no earn and learn, we will not able to complete our educations as well, because we are not able to pay our fees and all those things. And earn and learn in that day actually stand up today and started earning something in that age itself. So that was the program was started by the Colonel Gaurav Patil, especially for the rural, the educated background students. And engineering, our college is actually started that program for all of us like a student as well. So that is really thankful for that day. If they were not able to do that, otherwise we will not able to hear as today in front of you as well. So thank you so much for that, such a great initiative taken by that time.
Yes, sir. Even my classmates, I have a lot of classmates who come from a farming agriculture background, and even today we still have that scheme of earn and learn, and a lot of people are participating in it. So I'm glad to hear that it helped you. I would like to ask you, like right now, how is the environment where you're working? So what do you think about it? Like, when you were in college, what you had as ideas, what it would be like working and how it is now?
Yeah, so when initially I started, I was not super confident that I would maybe end up getting a job, but one thing was confident. Anything is given to me, I'll take some time to study it, and I will learn it. That's the thing I was sure, but I was not sure that yes, I'll be able to build some fantastic website or write a complex coding. But so when we have one more colleague, Saurabh, he recommended to ESDS Software Solution, and he said that they are pretty strong on Linux operating system, so we should do some homework. So I bought a book. I just read the book for the whole week before preparing for the interview, and learned everything as much as I can. And luckily, I read the interview. The founder, Piyush Sumani, was impressed. And I would say the same thing, like for any students, understand what is the job requirement, right? And prepare, just eat everything from each single line from the job requirement. Understand what exactly they are looking for, right? And do your own research to learn those things, right? And keep your positive attitude at the end, that you will show that in the past you have challenges and you have overcome those, even though those were like real big challenges, right? So people, when somebody is hiring, sometimes you have a good technical skill, right? That's one thing. But the second, another important thing is how curious you are, how willingness you are going to make an effort to learn something, which is not something that you know right now, right? So if you show those kind of things at the end of your interview processes, that will also give some extra stripes to them. In terms of the current environment, it has changed a lot. Like what we used to study, like we are in technology space. It keeps on evolving every couple of years. So it's always learning new things. Like I'm always into studying something, preparing for some certifications and things like that. So it's always like it's not that same thing that you're going to do. So it is. I feel like I'm still a student. So that's good enough. I will always have some books with me. I'll be reading on the way while traveling and things like that. So that's good to be in the part of this space. Exciting
Jayesh rightly said about, I am also the still student because I am the PhD. I am doing the PhD as well. So after the 18 year of industrial express, still we are daily learning new things. Actually, it is not something that we stop close our books, stop learning anything. We are in such an industry where we have to keep ourselves up to date every day. Challenges come in every day, new things are coming every day. It is something like your Windows operating systems. You will not ever going to be upgrade your Windows operating systems. One day you are going to be outdated. So if you want to do that, we are in a career in IT, we have to keep updated with each and every day, new technology, new challenges, new things. So like just rightly said about it, we have to have our books always open, learn new things, and then we can able to survive in this industry. So that is very much required in such an industry. One more thing I just wanted to add it here as well, like especially for the student. So I was the person second was rejected 4 times in the PhDs. The reason was the same things because we are from the Marathi academic background. So English was the main reasons for all of us as to to either complete the interview or other things as well. So I was all the technical things I always 100 of hundreds, but in English. And that time CHS was especially working for the international operations. So all the clients, everyone wanted to be communicated with in English. So English was must. We have to do that as well. So they always saying that please do the more tries, come again next time. So after that, after the 4th attempt, I got chance to work over there as well. And I was the first person again after the then I visited the UK through my companies. So the reasons I wanted to highlight it here, could have the never give up attitudes and keep upgrading yourselves. Like we were discussing in the principal cabinet. So Jayesh was also telling the same things. He was also from the Gujarati academic backgrounds. Where the first year engineering was very difficult for him to understanding all those things as well. So once would have the such kind of the attitude, keep trying always, never give up the things, keep upgrading yourselves. Would have the passionates, would have the some purpose for the lives. Definitely will get the success in your lives as well. So that is very great message for all of students as well. Because nowadays people, I also keep visiting the different colleges as well, where we notice that nowadays students are getting more lazy as well. They want to do each and everything as a ready-made easily. So until and unless we will not be able to do the hard works, we will not able to survive in the industry as well.
Yes, sir. And for that, for communication, a lot of people have that problem. So we have opened a club named Stanza. So there weekly we take English communication along with confidence building or group discussions. So for those skills, and we also have soft skill trainers coming from outside company, and they are conducting their lectures. So that's why we are working on that aspect as well. So
that is very much required for the, especially for the rural, because mostly because in PREC Loni also, in our college also, most of people are coming from the either rural places or where the Marathi backgrounds as well, all those things. So that is actually because they would have the lot of all the other hard working, all the other space they have always 100 plus. But in where the communication they are always lagging. So that is a really great initiative as college is already been started. That's really appreciated. So definitely all those kind of the rural places where they are willing to do anything, but because of the communication they might be lagging on there. So definitely they will get a good chance for to survive.
I'll give you some extra tip on how I did improve my English. Like back in 2005, mobile phones were coming, like Reliance and some other 2G, 3G networks. Jio. Reliance. So the way, if the way like most of the clubs and all, they those people who are interested, they will come. But the problem that they see is that if I'm speaking in front of 4 or 5 people, they will be afraid that they may make fun of me or I couldn't find out the right word to speak, right? They will still be afraid, right? So the way I did it is like, at the time I used to call customer care, right? And just try to talk in English as much, because nobody's watching me, right? So I'm alone, I'm not afraid to make mistake. Even if I mistake, nobody's watching me, why should I worry, right? So maybe you could find a way that call customer care, try to talk in English. If they are also, you will learn something, right? And you will try to speak, and then you will build the confidence, and then you can continue.
That's an awesome idea. I'd be sure to convey that to my colleagues. Um, my next question is that you said that we need to keep updated in this field. So would you suggest us like we should go through books or should we use the resources available on internet?
What exactly?
About any technology, like for example.
Technology.
Yeah.
You can start with a book, but I think the best way to learn is to do some practical, right? Book will give you some architectural based fundamental understanding, right? But the real value you will bring it by doing an experience, right? So I would say still start with a book, right? Read it, but find a real problem that you want to solve, right? And then build a solution, right? So maybe you can just see around your society what are different problems, right? And then try to build a solution based on whatever the technology that you're using. If you want to start with a basic, I would highly recommend, like for those who are maybe struggling with a job, try as a freelancer. There are a lot of open websites, right? One I usually hire people from US for some extra help. I need so some side project that I'm doing is Uplink, Fiverr. So you could put your profile and whatever you're interested in. Try to people just say that, hey, I need some help building, let's say, iOS app, or I need something with writing some simple script, put some data from Excel to the database or whatever it is, right? So you can build your profile that I can do something like that, and then try to take up some small work associated with it, or try to find some real world scenario problem and put a solution by yourself. That way because real way to learn is to have a hands-on experience. That will give you great learning.
I will take it two different ways now, because nowadays people are moving away from the books, students especially, because they don't want to be touch the books, because right now everything are on your phone. When the mobile technology are digital transformation started happening, everything are in mobile. But book is also so important, because right today also when we do any kind of the troubleshooting in industry also, your core knowledge is so important, and only book can able to give the clear your concept only, nothing else. Once you would have your basic concept is clear, once you know that this is the protocol, this is the way it works. Doesn't matter whether you are working on any operating systems, Linux, Windows, any flavor of the operating systems, you know it is supposed to be going to work in this way itself. There is nothing going to be happen. Most of people don't know even the handshaking algorithm itself. It is a very basic thing. Most of people don't know TCP UDP as well. So these are the very good. Like I always ask to all the first year, even whenever we take to the interview, we always ask them to first refer the computer engineering 10 books. Still we are referring that books as well, which is actually we can say that the core of your complete IT. I am saying that it is not only whether it is today we are in a AI era. But still that book is actually giving the reference of each and everything that is being included there. But people are trying to do the stand of the shortcut. That is a very today's big challenges. And because of that, even the small problem can easily get troubleshooted. But because of not doing the basic things, basic checkout, they are struggling to identify the top levels itself. So these are the really big stuff. Because I have been getting whenever the things are escalated to me, I still started from each and every troubleshooting from the basic things itself. It is not something the problem, any escalation comes to me or any problems comes to me would be I don't know, any higher level or I don't know something. But most of times I am finding the answer of that is even in the basic things itself. So this is the real problem. So books will give you clear all the basic concept, and definitely as Jayesh said, all the new technology, new things definitely will comes from all the external side, that it is a blog or forum or all these technical journals and all these things, definitely where the people are keep posting all the latest things, latest research, latest news and all those things as well. So both things are very important for the student as well. So I always recommend that you supposed to be touch with the books as well, and definitely would find out the latest news technologies in the media as well.
Yes, the roots should be strong. So from a placement point of view, should the students go for projects, internships, or courses are also just as good?
So it's a tricky question. So I'm not much familiar with the internship in the India, because I'm last 15 years still in mostly US. The courses will give you again basic fundamental concept clearing, especially if they are talking about how with the real practical scenarios where like if you have they are showing how some setup are installed or how you are building writing the code, right? So if the courses are covering those kind of concept, then those are really useful. So it's also depending on what kind of courses that you are doing, depending on what kind of field. So try to find out like who are the best people. I usually go with the Udemy courses. Those are like little, you have to pay some money, but those are some of those are really interesting one. Internship will definitely give you a good experience. It's a really hands-on experience. So if I have to choose between two, I'll definitely give high preferences to internship because it deals with the real business scenarios and you are dealing with the customers and you are learning a lot from your seniors over there. So yeah, that's my take on it.
So I would like to talk definitely Indian internships because we don't have that kind of the background. So internship actually in India, I think it is being getting compulsory. I think from the third year itself. But I'm being associated with again the different colleges. People are coming for the students are coming for the internships as well. But when I observe that most of places people it is just internships and we have to just compete for the academic. Most of the students are look after only on that way itself. Last year, most of people, the students came in our companies as well for internships. So we took a different way, complete internship program. So what we did that way, because internships is something as Jayesh rightly said, as a USA kind of the expectation when we are doing the internship in in USA or any international organizations. So that is completely different over there as well. Internship will give the kind of the Indian kind of industrial experience, a kind of a starter experience, how exactly the industry is being working over there. So at least we will get an idea about what is going to be happen when I am going to be joined to any kind of the organizations. But here, and that's why actually the purpose of getting it in added in the academic is the same things. But somehow that purpose was not getting resolved just because the other people students just wanted to have the certificate at which they wanted to be submitted to the college. That was their primary intention of doing the internship. But in our actually organizations, I completely changed that completely role. So what we are doing actually. So whenever and those students wanted to become do the internship, we identify all those batches actually. We are like other days they are doing all the colleges lectures etc. So we identify the Saturday and Sunday for them in a month. They have to be visited to the industry. First, they would have to be actually going through all the industrial that particular industry backgrounds. What they are doing, what they are different kind of the services they are offering that they are providing. What they are doing in digital technology or all those things. So first they are actually observing, identifying all those things. Then they have to be prepare the paper on it, presentation on it. So that will because of that they are actually learning about the complete organization. It is not something we are only telling about. Oh, this is what we are doing it. If they would have that kind of the intention, kind of the curiosity to know about the industry, so that way they are doing. They would have to be present all those things in front of us. Then after that, what we did, any technology they can choose in our website or anything, and they can be prepare the presentations on that. So after doing that, then we identify where you can be contribute yourself. So take any kind of the subject. So this is something you are doing it. Where we can be, this is something, they can refer again the project or something, or this is technology, we can be do something better, something new. So they can be suggest something in our industry as well. Again, again after the 15 days, they would have to again prepare the paper with reference with all the international journals and all those, like similarly we are doing the projects. And then we are again taking the presentation on it with the proper, just similar way we are taking the Viva in kind of the projects. And in that way, if we found this is something new and they would have done the really research in that particular topic and really interesting for us as well, we are planning to take it as a project for their final year as well. So that was the complete the programs which we have been I have been designing especially for all those who are wanted to be do internship. And where last year also almost most of students those who are initially came for the kind of the certification the kind of the intention, they are completely changed mindset. And when they are actually completed all those things, they are very happy. We are definitely learning this 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, because some of places would are giving the 1 month time only, some are colleges given the 3 month time as well. The purpose of doing all these internships, especially at least whatever I am doing there, going there, spending a time there, taking the other the industry person's times as well, I supposed to be get something written in that as well. So that was the internship. I would request all of students as well to do this way itself, because internship is not something you have to be complete your academia something. It is something you are supposed to be go there, learn there, and learn some, contribute some there as well. And that way you are actually, the last year project is also going to be completed that way as well. So that is the way actually we are doing it, and we are very welcome to our college student as well. Those who are willing to learn something, they wanted to do something, they definitely welcome to reach out to me anytime, to do all these things actually.
Thank you, sir. So I wanted to ask, like, you have been, you have switched a few times your company, and as sir said, you have been in the same company. So is switching better or staying there is the way to go?
It depends what you want to do, right? My case, like mine had a lot of visa complications sometimes, so I had to switch depending on who was filing green card and who's not, and what's going on in the organization, because US is like very dynamic, like organization that starts as a startup and comes up as a big organization, they may not be there for 2-3 years, right? So it's also sometimes a survival question of where as an organization you are going. It also depends on what you want to learn and what is there available. So one of the organizations I have worked with, they had a legacy application that they wanted to, but they were using old technologies, and I wanted to keep myself up to date with the Kubernetes stuff that was really new one, interesting one that of my interest. I tried to push my leadership. They were not much interested in doing investment, so I thought, okay, maybe it's time to find some good match with my need, right? So it really depends on what you want to do, where you want to grow in career, or what, where you want to basically lead with you, right? So you may want to switch to some different city, or you may have some family dependency, or some partner needs a job, and you may have to move to some different places. So it's your personal choices depending on where you want to go.
Very nice question you asked actually. Very interesting, because we are aware. So I am still there in this last 18 years, where he has some different kind of the visions, goals, as he mentioned about it as well, and still there. The main, if you again see overall everything is there. It is most important to identify your purpose. This is rightly said about it as well. So most of the times we are either moving behind the materialistic things, or we would have the something different purpose in our life. Once you identify, especially for the student, because nowadays also what is happening. So people are just changing the organization every 2 years, 3 years time. It is just that they are doing only for just materialistic things, nothing else. And even if you calculated everything, whether they are earning more, so their saving is also getting more, it is not something like that as well. Their expenses also going to again increases as well. That is overall complete experience as well. But important things here, I wanted to highlight, identify your purpose. What things you are actually giving the enjoy, what things actually you are giving the happiness. That is most important things as well. Whether materialist things you are going to be given the happiness, definitely you can move behind them that way as well. And the other things, if you are giving the happiness, we choose that as well. So that is most important things which we have to be identified whenever you are, even in a career, college year itself, so definitely you can identify that as well. What I wanted to become that way, because I was becoming, that's I said, pharmaceutical. So my first purpose was to get a job. After struggling like almost 6 to 5 months to getting a job, rejected most of times, that job was very important for me, because my father, my mother, my sisters, those who are working in other farms actually for earning something. So, and most of the monies they would have earned that times, they were completely invested in my education as well. and some others way like we are earning doing from the earn and earn as well. So job is very important for me that times, and I was keep continuously struggling to get job as soon as possible. Luckily again I got the thing, same things in they separate trying the 4 times, and where my actually journey was started. And after the 1 year of times, I wanted to highlight that as well. I was again the person who is in a layoff as well because of all these things. In 1 year, I was again not doing expected things which company was expecting from me. Then I was in a layoff, given us only the again 3 or 4 weeks times, and where actually my career started in that place itself. And once that I realized I was struggled lots to get a job, and after I got a job again I am doing the same things, then there is definitely something is wrong. So I have to be run more. Then I can be able to survive all those things. And then things have started changing. All those things where again same company I had given me we initially when we started we were working in a Linux as a system administrator. Then an opportunity will comes. Depending on how we are exploring yourself, given the converting opportunity to the new and things. So that way it is give me all the kind of such opportunity. What I am feeling, this is my happiness or this is my enjoyment. So that way I keep doing and being there, and while working in a different roles. I started as a Linux, then I got opportunity to be lead the international operations for 3-4 years. I was in CTO for that as well. After that again I started doing again domestic operations as well as an assistant CTO. Then after that I got a chance to be handle the different kind of the department in my companies as well, because of doing all those things, because hard working was in my world itself, because of either Mahajan or the colleges where I been studying as well, because all those gurus who are being even educated us, they have very big contribution for them, because whenever I came here my very सिर तो हमेशा नीचे रहती because of all those teachers, those colleges. I am here in front of all of you, and I am doing all those things as well. And उसी के reason से actually जो कॉलेज में और बाकी की चीजें में आते हैं ना, तो वही पर्पस आता है कि because of all those teachers, they have taught us, given us all those kind of the advice, education, motivations, and it is our now duty to be again pass on to all the students like all of you as well, and share all our experience all of you, because that kind of the motivation will help you to be again to grow further, and whatever the message they have communicated us, and because of we actually today here, that again passing to you as well. So both of things are very important, and in life actually purpose is very important. Once you know the purpose in your life now, the rest of other thing is really nothing for you as well. So that we have to be find out yourself as well. Definitely all the motivator, inspirational leaders or gurus or all the our father, mothers and all other things are, they are always helping us to be find out it. But we are always moving away from that actually purpose. But one day is always there that will definitely find out your purpose. And one more thing I wanted to highlight: the opportunity is always there. Doesn't matter whether you are coming from any backward classes, any rural places, any higher education places, but in each and every one there is opportunities always come, and that will be completely change your lives actually, change your everything as well. हमने कितने बार न्यूज़ में सुना हुआ है, इसका बच्चा IPS हुआ है, इसका बच्चा ये हुआ है, what they are coming from, even they are not educated from the good colleges, good schools as well. So opportunity is always there. It is up to us when that opportunity door is going to be open. Once that door is going to open, we have to be capture that opportunity. अगर आपने lose करवा दिए, then गई वो फिर. The second will never be comes up actually. So we have to be keep ourselves ready to be accept those kind of the challenges, ready for such kind of the opportunity. We will definitely see the bright in future as well.
Sir, I would also like to ask, can we switch our professions? Like how feasible it is to switch professions? For example, if I am joining as a fresher as a software development engineer, and now I want to pursue ML or AI, so how feasible it would be to do that?
Yeah, I think it's the question is more about I would say is how again curious you are, right? How much effort you're planning to make it to make that switch, right? So I have like so many staff that when they want to, I had recently one of my staff, he said that he was in cloud, he was doing fantastic, right? And he said that no, I want to do now software engineering, I want to write real code, right? And I want to do more developer-based stuff instead of more on troubleshooting sides. I said, okay. Then he found an opportunity, and I said, yeah, go ahead and do it. And now he's breaking the ground there too. Right? So it's your decision that if you want to switch to that line, if you are really interested in it, you will do it. Right? So it's more up to you that if you're genuinely interested, or if you're just doing it because you want some fame or extra money or something like that, that could be a different thing. But as long as you are making right effort to learn that thing, it'll be easy.
It's rightly said about it actually, because nowadays actually in IT especially things are very coming. Like take example of the components, the branches itself. When we were there were only 2 branches. So nowadays almost 5 to 6 in the IT itself. Now AI is coming, lot of new technology are coming. Every day new things are coming actually. But like if we wanted to be survive in a complete IT industry, like as previously said, just clear your basic understanding. Computer is still working on the same basic concept itself. All the 7 OSI layers still most important. Whether you are working in a cloud, whether you are working in any kind of the cloud again, doesn't matter. Whether you are working in AWS, Azure, ESDS, or any other Amazon cloud, etc. Still your concept will be similar there. Still all the 7 layers are still there. All the encryption, decryption, TCP, IP protocol are still there. It only matter you are just changing the flavor, the front side of the things itself. Backend is still everything are similar as well. So once you know like a cloud concept, you know each and every cloud concept. Doesn't matter you are working in the AWS or you are working in Azure or you are working in any other cloud platform. It doesn't matter for you. So similar like if once you have the programmatic language knowledge, your basic is very clear, your logic is very clear. You can do the programming in any language. It is hardly take a 10 to 15 days to learn any new language, whether it is a Python, whether it is a C, whether it is a PHP or whether it is a Java. Doesn't matter for us as well, because you know the logic and all the programming code you can easily learn in the 15 to 20 days itself. So that is most important. So for now today, it is really the big challenges for all the students as well, because technology are coming, challenges are coming. Maybe things are moving here and there. Opportunities also coming over there as well. Now, like 10-15 years, people are doing a coding in HTML, Pythons. Nowadays, they are doing the React and all the 3Ds and all these things are coming up as well. So we have to be with the technology as well. So we have to be learn as well. So, but these core things will be always give you the support, the backend support to understanding the few things very quickly, and you can be grab the new technology easily. So that is very important. So all the students supposed to be clear your basic concept itself, and you can survive any places, anywhere, doesn't matter whether it is a cloud or any development side or any operational side or any other side. That will definitely give you the base or places to be survive any technology.
So finally, I would like to ask your guidance for our pre-placement preparation that we have to do now.
Yeah, so I would advise like make sure your fundamentals are clear, because even after 20 years of industry experience, we still refer to those OSI models and we still refer to those TCP check. Because even if I have a lot of people I have worked with, they still troubleshoot a lot of things and they couldn't figure it out because they haven't gone through that what layer we are talking about. Right? So make sure your fundamentals are pretty much clear if you want to be stronger in the technical side, right? So that's the really important one. And always, personally what I do is like be curious of what you are applying for the job, what kind of a job you are applying for, right? So understand that what exactly the job needs, job's expectations from certain employee, and prepare yourself into that specific field. Do not try to apply it everywhere, right? Instead of choose which one you are more comfortable with or more interested in, and try to get into that field, get your expertise into that field initially, and then maybe later you can change it. But to start with, do with that. But considering at the way I have seen the way industry is going, it's going to be tough to get still this. Even if you do all this, considering the number of jobs are still less in the market compared to the number of engineers are coming out, right? So I would still advise that even if you cannot clear those jobs, just keep trying. There will be hundreds. I have given hundreds of interviews and I have failed, right? It's like keep learning from each interview, do an analysis. What question that person asked me that I couldn't answer, and do homework, like what he was trying to, where he was trying to lead me to, right? And do some research on that, right? And even after some time, it will take some time, right? Maybe 6 months, 1 year, two years. Sometimes it takes really it's tough to find that. Maybe it's a kind of a FOMO that, like, my friend got a job, this person got a job, that person got a job, I didn't got a job. So it may happen. I would advise, like, do some freelancing, because the way the world is, the way the technology is growing, after 10-15 years, it's going to be like what the Bollywood and some other people work in. Like, they get a contract. Okay, I need to do some film work, right? So they come in the morning, say that, oh, I have this contract, I'm going to work for next 3 months on this project and relax for a month, right? So it's going to be something like that. I see next 15 to 20 years that there may not be a continuous full-time employee job, but there may be a lot of a contract-based job that, hey, somebody needs help building some XYZ app or XYZ website, and you can say, okay, I'm going to take up this work because I'm an expert on this one. I'm going to work on it for 3 weeks. 1 week I'm going to relax, or maybe I take up another work. It's going to happen next 15 to 20 years, because I don't think we're going to produce that much of job, and the world is going to go towards freelancing. So be prepared for that.
And definitely AI is going to be drastically changes in the engineering process as well. The way the industry has been working to get like a lower side of things, like in any interviews or anything, like whenever people are submitting the resume, then the HR person, so those are screening all those resumes, identifying the good resumes, or whether it is a walk-in kind of the interview process or any selection kind of the interview process, the process is still there. But all those things are AI going to be doing in the future. So we have to be prepared ourselves to be faced with the AI, who has been built by the previous engineer as well. So that kind of the mind, kind of the competitions, we would definitely be there in the future as well. And most of the initial screening, aptitude, and preliminary, all the tests as AI is going to be doing. Even some of the organizations are working to be face-to-face kind of the agent bot, AI bot kind of the interviews. This is all being also started as well, where most of the common questions, things are going to be evaluated. And one more thing I wanted to highlight again here, it is not something you are answering to the questions. It is all about what the kind of the confidence we would have in front of on your face as well, while answering to the questions as well. That is AI going to be identified, interpreted, and give the answer कि हाँ इसने confidently answer दिया था इस question का, इनने rightly answer दिया था इस question का. So that way actually the things are happening in industry. So definitely for all of the future engineering would have definitely a lot of challenges for here as well. But the solution is always there. Right now also we are looking for the kind of the enthusiastic engineers, actually those who are going to be complete change the industries as well, bringing the new technology as well. Because we are also, I has also preferred to come always in a colleges. Still nowadays it is only for I am also learning all of you as well. Today I am here as well. Definitely we are also going to be learn something from all of you as well. So that is learning that kind of attitude, and it is always being there as well. So that kind of the things will be definitely there, and companies also looking for all the just kind of the engineers from all of the college. Company would require a lot. There are a lot of requirements are there, but we are looking for such a people who wanted to be, would have the willingness to do work, would have some kind of the innovative kind of the mindset, creative kind of the mindset. They wanted to be change something in the industry. They wanted to do something in the industry. They are always welcome. Industries always welcome all those kind of the peoples, and they would have always the jobs opening for all of them as well. Because most of the times, there are rumors are always coming. Industry are laying the peoples. Industry are not hiring the peoples. All those things. But still today, every day, I would say, we would require a lot of talented people, lot of skilled people, lot of industrious people, lot of innovative mindset, creative people as well. I wanted to give one examples like my company itself. So in 15 August, today itself, we have launched our new website, which has been built by the recent 6 year back hired people itself. So think about it, it is not something company not accepting your knowledge. They have built completely 3D website. So we can also visit it like esds2024.esdsco.in. So we'll see the website is being developed completely out of mocks, out of creativity. So it is, the industry is always looking for all such kind of the talented. So you would have definitely the bright future. It is only up to us how we are going to take that kind of the opportunity and how we are going to be take part of that kind of the organizations. So don't worry about it. It is not something you don't have the jobs. Jobs are always there. It is only how we are preparing for that kind of the interview, how we are going to be, to get that kind of the opportunity to become the part of that organizations as well. So definitely we would have to be, competition definitely would be there. So like we were discussing about it, in our times there are only 3 colleges in Nashik itself. Now there are 70 colleges are there. So think about it, what kind of the competition would be there. And because of that competitions, now the problem what is going to be happen, so it is not very easy to take any kind of the walk-in interview nowadays. It is very difficult, it is going to be stopped nowadays. Because how we are going to be handle such kind of the 18,000 of people's crowd, where there is only 18 were coming previously. So definitely this AI technology are going to be coming, and lot of screening going to be happen, and we would have to be prepared for all those kind of the first stage itself, so that we can be clear all the first steps and we can become the part of the next stage of your challenges as well. It is kind of the games nowadays, you can say that. But we would have that kind of the confidence, curiosity, fascination, patience, dedication. You definitely would have challenge, going to all the kind of challenges, and you would have the bright futures as well.
Thank you so much, sir, Pomnar sir and Mahajan sir, for your guidance. I'm really glad that I was able to connect with you.
I really thanks to you as well, because the questions you have been asked us really fantastic, because I've been communicating with the most of kind of the open forums as well. Yeah. This is the kind of the first time one-to-one interactions as well. But the questions you have been asked are really fantastic actually, and I see that all those are student questions you are coming from all those questions as well. So really appreciate for you.
Thank you very much for listening to us. I know sometimes we are like a little longer than expected, but we want to make sure that students are learning from our experience, and so I think we want to contribute to the colleges that we have studied from. So if you want to reach out to us, we are both on LinkedIn. You can search with my name Jayesh Mahajan and Ashok Pomnar. Thank you.
It is always welcome actually to those who wanted to be, which we can be helped.
Yeah.
Because I always say that in my interaction also I was told that we are here only because of my college, I would say, our college, and all the staffs, those who have been working here, doing here. Whether it is the new generations or the old generations, these are always giving us something. And whenever student also actually, I see that a lot of respect are going to readers as well in front of the staff as well. Because this is the kind of the temple मंदिर all of us as well. मैं always ध्यान मंदिर ही करता हूँ उसको, क्योंकि यहाँ पे अगर जो भगवान है सारे है हमको कुछ ना कुछ सिखाते हैं, इसी रीजन से हम यहाँ पे आज हैं. अगर तुमको कुछ सीखना है तो तुमको सिर झुकाना ही पड़ेगा. तुम कोई भी ऐसे स्टेट इससे कभी सीख नहीं सकते. So those are students coming here in this kind of the place, you would have to be सिर झुका के आना पड़ेगा. then you can able to learn all these things. अब ये हमको हमारा पुराने अगर जमाने से अगर देखते हैं, मैथोलॉजी में जाते इधर जाते जो आश्रम बोलते हैं अपन को ज्ञान देते हैं, तो उसी तरीके से हम आगे चले आए हुए, उसी तरीके से हमारा उस कल्चर आ चुका है. तो आज के दिन में जो बच्चे थोड़े देखते हैं कि टीचर को तो रिस्पेक्ट नहीं देना होता है या कुछ अलग तरीके से बातें करते, दैट इज कम्प्लीटली रॉन्ग एक्चुअली. मैं आज भी आता हूँ, हमारा सिर उनके पैर तक जाता ही है, झुकता ही है, उसको कोई बोलता नहीं है, बताता नहीं है, वो अल्टीमेटली जाता है. तो ये प्लेस को तुम उसी तरीके से करो कि ये प्लेस मुझे मेरा भविष्य, मेरा फ्यूचर बनाने वाली है, तो मुझे उसको उसी तरीके से रिस्पेक्ट देना है, उसी तरीके से उसको लिखना है. एंड डेफिनेटली वही चीज तुमको आगे जाके सक्सेस मिलेगी, क्योंकि लाइफ में वही चीज हर चीज इंपॉर्टेंट है हमारे करियर बनाने वाली चीजों में. तो हम उसी चीज को अगर इस तरीके से जाते हैं, हर कोई ना कोई पर्सन हमको जो मिलता है उससे हमको कुछ ना कुछ सीखना है। अगर हम इस तरीके से एटीट्यूड अगर हमारे लाइफ में रखेंगे, डेफिनेटली तुम आगे जाके कुछ ना कुछ सक्सेसफुल पर्सन से डेफिनेटली बनोगे। तो थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक्स फॉर योर टाइम एज वेल, एंड थैंक यू फॉर taking such a wonderful interview.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.